Welcome to part 6 of my Rags to Riches guide for Grand Theft Auto Online. The first thing you needed to purchase was a micro SMG. I think it's about 30,000. The second thing was an apartment for 200,000, a 10-car garage apartment with a high strip. The third thing is the armored Kuruma, which is a game changer for you because now you've got safety for almost all the missions you want to run, and it's a lot safer being in a bulletproof box than not being in a bulletproof box. The thing after that was the office. I'm standing in front of my one, but you probably purchased Maze Bank because it's only $1 million, well, rather than $1.5 million for this one. And then I recommended a small cargo warehouse, so you can run business from your office, back and forth between the office and the business, running Headhunter and Sightseer in between, which are quite quick and easy to do, and provide the money that you need to purchase the crates you need to then sell from your cargo warehouse. The next thing I think you should aim for is a Buzzard Attack Chopper. And you buy the Buzzard Attack Chopper from Warstock on your phone. Warstock Cash and Carry. And it isn't cheap. The Attack Chopper is 1,750,000. That said, that's a reachable target now. You've got businesses you can run, you've got jobs you can run. This Attack Chopper may be the single most valuable or useful thing you buy in the game. It's kind of the Swiss Army knife of the game. It'll do everything for you, not as well as some other tools, but it'll get the job done, and it's definitely worth having one. So you buy your Attack Chopper, and you get a call from Pegasus saying, oh, you've bought an Attack Chopper. To get your Attack Chopper onto the map so you can actually use it, you have two options if you bought an office. The first option is to call Pegasus.
Hello, this is Pegasus Lifestyle Management. How can I help?
And send you a chopper. And for $200,
your beautiful new aircraft is waiting at our nearest airfield.
They will send
we hope
you
you're
one.
Very happy, madam.
And it's blipping away there on the map. You notice how they told you it was the nearest available airfield? Yeah. For both the Maze Bank and this Lombard Bank location, the nearest available airfield isn't actually that near. So, let's go and pick up our chopper.
I swear, this weather is just
there are worse locations, and happily they will deliver to a place that is actually a secure location you're not even supposed to go into. But this is how I collected my Attack Chopper for quite a long time. Whoops. So I spent a couple of weeks playing the game, driving all the way down here to pick my Attack Chopper up. $200. Here's my chopper that I paid for. This is mine to use in the game as long as I choose, until I've smashed it up, until I log out. And it's a very maneuverable aircraft. I do recommend, if you haven't already got one, that you buy some kind of plug-in controller to use with your PC, if you're a PC player like me, because it's almost impossible to fly this helicopter without a controller, and it's super duper easy and pleasurable to do it with a helicopter. Okay, I'm going to take this one down towards the beach. park up in this parking lot. If you do smash up your Pegasus helicopter, you can call in another one, of course. So the second way you can get your Buzzard Attack Chopper is as a CEO. Turns out I'm not CEO right now, so I'm just going to disband my MC. Register as a CEO. And now, under CEO, I have Vehicles, Buzzard. And you'll see how that popped up almost immediately, well, basically instantly, and very, very close to where I was. So as a CEO, I can call in a Buzzard Attack Chopper as long as I've got one, as long as I've bought one, and it's going to appear right next to me. And that is super helpful for getting around the map, because it's going to get you where you want to be, and then if you want to, you can log out of being a CEO if you don't want to do that. So I've now got 2 buzzards on the map. I've got my Pegasus Buzzard and I've got my CEO Buzzard. If you own a hangar, and I don't recommend at this stage in the game you bother, but if you do own a hangar, you can take your Pegasus Chopper and drive it into your hangar, fly it into your hangar, and you will then have a personal Buzzard as well. It does take away your personal vehicle, so you just saw my Kuruma vanished off the map. But I now have my Pegasus Buzzard, my CEO Buzzard, and over here, my personal Buzzard. They're all the same vehicle. They all have exactly the same features other than colour. This one, you probably can't see, but it's a very, very dark green. That's the colour I've chosen for my vehicles. It kind of looks a little bit military. The Pegasus Buzzard, the one you'll have first most likely, has clear glass windows on the front. The CEO Buzzard, you can tell, is different because they've got tinted windows. And my personal one, I can make this any colour. I can have bright yellow, whatever, silver, chrome, whatever. I've gone with a dark green, so it doesn't look hugely different. But everything else on it, the weapons, the capacity of 4 people, it's all exactly the same. You can't upgrade anything on this, and in a way that's a good thing, because a Buzzard is a Buzzard is a Buzzard. You don't have to worry about whether you're going to use a personal one or a Pegasus one or a CEO one. They're all exactly the same. So the Buzzard, once you've got one, you can have up to 3 out at any one time. So if you're helping somebody or someone is helping you, that is immensely useful. You can have your Pegasus Buzzard, you can have your CEO Buzzard. You can be using another vehicle, either another Buzzard or something different, and all of you have got easy air transport. That feature makes the Buzzard supremely useful. The fact that you can call it directly in from your CEO menu is incredibly useful. I think if you don't have one in a hangar, you may be paying a fee to call it in. It's not going to be $5,000. It's either $1,000 or $500, I forget. Whatever you pay, it's tiny compared to what the business you're going to do once you've got your Buzzard. You might want to be a little bit careful about getting your Buzzard not too badly smashed up, but that is the way to get around the map for the majority of the game for me now, until you've got other flying options. And I still use the Buzzard every single day. It's one of my favourite ways to get around. It's tiny compared to many helicopters. It's manoeuvrable. You can get into small spaces. And I'm going to now use a Buzzard to go and do a headhunter and then a sightseer mission to show how much quicker they can be, because remember, the minimum payout is $20,000 no matter how long you take. If you get that job done in 5 minutes or 4 minutes, and then switch to the other one and do that one in 5 or 4 minutes, you can keep going back to back there. Well, there's a 5-minute cooldown, so $20,000 in 5 minutes. We were looking with the contact missions at making around $1,000 a minute, so $10,000 in 10 minutes. You can see that you're generating money much faster once you've got a Buzzard. By the way, the Buzzard, when you're in one, you can go into first-person view, as with any vehicle. I'll take a second to start up. There we go. And you've got the option of missiles with homing, or machine guns. Missiles is what most people use most of the time because it's easiest. There may be occasions when you want to switch to machine guns. There may be occasions when you want non-homing missiles so you can aim them more accurately. I tend to go with missiles most of the time. Inside, you can see the altitude, which interestingly, though I'm parked quite near the ocean, still saying I'm at an altitude of about 150 feet. And airspeed indicator. Those are the two instruments you're really going to want to look at if you're using first-person view. Of course, most people fly most of the time third-person view, and you don't need to see those because you can see where you are on the map. There's also a compass, and there's also a artificial horizon in there, and then other things like fuel gauge and oil pressure stuff that don't really need it in this game. So let's take our Buzzard and do a headhunter mission.